There's also another aspect of the digital divide, which is initiative. There are a lot of people who are still of the mindset, we don't need no stinking computers. And they will, they don't upgrade their phones, they don't own a laptop or a computer, they don't want to be online, they don't want to do social networking, they don't want to get involved in this new technological revolution. They still do things by paper, they still write checks, they refuse to use a Mac card, etc. How can those of us today and those of us listening encourage people in that mindset to help bridge the digital divide for themselves? Or for others, rather.
Right. I think that's the $64 million question that as a nation we're all trying to really figure that out. I mean, I mentioned that we have several initiatives to address it, but I've always said that it's really a consciousness thing when you talk about the importance of what it means to have access and what it can do for your life. It's not necessarily all about affordability, right? And it's not necessarily all about, do I have a device at home, do I not have a device at home? A lot of it is, how do we value, right? How do you value technology? How do you value having internet in your life for your children, for your own kind of benefit? And it's something, Chris, that we're really always trying to figure out what is the magic ingredient to get people to understand that. And I'll say people understand it. It's not like, people in Black communities or Hispanic communities or in Asian communities or whomever, or even low-income communities don't understand the power of it. I think it's just, do I really need it all the time? And do I want to pay for that when is it really going to give me the benefit that I need? And I think some of that could be cultural to the African American community, and we can kind of have a really interesting conversation about that. But it's something that we just have to keep putting initiatives out, getting to people where they are, getting people on the ground, like getting people in their, in their home, in their churches, in their beauty salons, in the barbershop, going to, different types of activities at a hip hop concert. How do we get people onto this idea that it's cultural, but it's also inherent of what we're doing every single day. And I think that's something we're all playing around with. We're all trying to figure out how do we do that in a way that it hits the community, but it also resonates in the minds of people that this is something important.
Right. I think that for different people, getting them to the internet landscape is going to be a different strategy.
Right.
Because I can tell you, if my grandmother were alive today, there's no way she was getting on the internet. Because she'd be afraid of the computer. I don't want to touch it. I don't like it. What if I do something wrong? And there's a lot of people of that mindset. And keep in mind, older generations were taught very early that if you don't know what it is, don't touch it. Right. And so they carry that with them. So now we're in an era where technology says, no, if you don't know how to do it, just try. And people aren't used to that. I can also tell you that my 11-year-old daughter, she'll pick up any device and just start clicking and twisting and look.
And I was gonna say something about, the youth. So there's different population groups that adopt technology different, right? So you just said your 11-year-old daughter, she definitely is gonna pick up a device, and I know many 11-year-old children that pick up a device, figure that thing out, boom, they are on. And I even know seniors who want to connect with their families. I do think, just to answer your question from before, that the social media component is going to be a very big kind of, way of distribution, or, the way that we're going to really get people online. I think Taib will probably speak to this, and even some of the other people on the panel. But social media is amazing in how it's connecting people.
It is. And you know what?
It's amazing.
Let's move to Bennett just for a minute, because I think this is a great time to